Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I am doing well today, not as tired as I have been because of our very fun weekend. It kind of has put me out of order this week a bit, but I'm very excited and very proud of myself because last night we had our youth group fall party, and so we had this youth room just filled to the brim with cookies and cupcakes and candy and popcorn and just all the things, okay? All the things that, will hurt if I eat. And I was so proud of myself. I cooked lunch yesterday, and then right after cooking lunch, I made dinner, okay? I did that on purpose so that way I would have dinner already packed up and in a lunchbox and ready to go while we were at the fall party. So that way, even though it's tempting with all those cookies and cakes and everything, but even though we were surrounded by all that, we had our dinner, okay? And so instead of eating all that, I didn't touch it. I'm so excited. Instead of eating all that, we sat down, we had our dinner, and didn't need to eat all that. So that was exciting. I'm so glad I did that. It was a little bit tiring to do lunch and then dinner right after, but it was totally worth it. So I'm excited. So I am feeling a little better now. Still pretty tired. This is helping definitely get everything flushed out from the weekend. It's hard when you go and you have a great weekend, but then you gotta recuperate from that for a while. All right, so today what I wanted to talk about was how do we eat well and not spend every day cooking, okay? Because that's not any fun, trust me. Okay, so the way we do that is by doing meal prep, okay? We meal prep by spending a day, whether it be Saturday, Sunday, or if your schedule's a little different sometime during the week, okay? Spending a day cooking rather than every single day cooking, okay? I know I spent years trying to meal prep for the next day when I made dinner, but that still made a really long night of just cooking, okay? So I shifted everything and I moved it to cooking on Saturdays, okay? And this is how you do it, okay? First, you need to plan your meals, okay? Are you wanting to meal prep for just lunches so you can take them to work and not be tempted to eat out? Are you wanting to meal prep for lunch and dinner because you're exhausted by the time dinner comes around? And the last thing you want to do is cook. And so you're going to prep some dinners so that way you don't just go eat out, because that's what I would prefer to do. Okay? Do you also need to meal prep your breakfast because, hey, if we can only cook one day a week, then we might as well. All right? And that's typically what I like to do is I do all 3 meals on Saturday, and the only day I have to cook is Saturday. Okay? So plan your meals, and once you do, you need to decide, okay, how many days worth or servings of each do you need to have, okay? Are you going to eat the same thing all 3 meal or same thing every day for each different meal? So you're going to need 7 servings of that. So you need to plan accordingly, okay? Second with that, okay, if you're only meal prepping on Saturday, you're going to want to have some really fibrous vegetables that will last a week. Okay, I tend to focus on root vegetables, okay, acorn squash, yucca root, yucca root, y'all, you gotta, if you haven't tried that, try it, okay, pumpkin, butternut squash, okay, sweet potatoes, all right, all those are really great at being able to be oven roasted, cooked once, and they are great the entire week. They don't turn to mush, okay. When you're choosing your greens, because I like to cook according to the rainbow. My day has each color of the rainbow in it, okay? But I have a green in every single meal, all right? That's important, all right? So when you're picking your greens for your meal, you either need to choose fresh or cooked greens, okay? Either way, they last pretty well. I've found spinach will last a week depending on how you store it. Turnip greens and beet greens, those are great. Once in collard greens, you cook them, they last a week, it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? Okra, asparagus, green beans, anything super fibrous, that's going to last you a week, okay? I haven't had any problems with that. So make sure it's hearty root vegetable or a fibrous green vegetable whenever you're cooking with it. Okay. Third tip is to make it colorful and your favorite foods. Okay. You're eating this every day. Okay. Making it colorful makes it more appealing to you. Okay. It's just like with a kid, as soon as they see all the color on their plate, they're excited to eat it. And the same thing's going to happen to you. So try to make sure you have it very colorful. If you have something bland, okay, you have white chicken with some white rice, okay, and then, I don't know, some white mashed potatoes, and you're on day 4, and you open that up, the last thing you're going to want to do is eat that, okay? So make it very colorful. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? So make your meal prep very colorful, because that'll help you be excited about it every day, okay? And then I like to make sure they're my favorites, okay? So I put in butternut squash and yuca root and mushrooms, because those are my favorites, all right? If I am on a meal plan or a diet or whatever, I'm going to make sure my favorites are in there, so that way I'm excited to eat it every day, and I don't feel like I'm missing out. I actually feel special because I get all these special things, okay? So make it colorful and make it your favorite. It really helps you adjust to eating the same thing every day. Now, if you're not one for eating the same thing every day, okay, here's your step 4. Prep options, okay? Rather than prepping meals, all right, per se, prep options, okay? You could prep 2 to 3 servings of 2 to 3 different sides, okay? And then you have a week's worth of sides to choose from for lunch or dinner, and you can mix and match as you go, okay? So you can do that. Whenever I prep the vegetables, I find when I oven roast them on a sheet pan, okay, they tend to last the longest, and that's super easy, okay? All you do is you chop up the vegetables, you put them in a bowl, you add your olive oil or your coconut oil. I highly recommend either one of those, because they have the medium chain fats, which are best for your body to digest. So coconut or olive oil, those are great. Anyway, so you put the olive oil or the coconut oil in with the vegetables, salt, pepper, whatever seasonings you want, stir it up, throw it on a sheet pan, and put it in the oven, and you're done, okay? And now if you have 2 or 3 different sheet pans with 2 or 3 different options, you're done. You have all your sides for the week, okay? And you don't have to cook again, and you're not going to be so tempted to go eat out because you have it all there, all right? And then your step 5 is to choose your protein. Now, your protein is going to determine whether you can do it once or twice or every day, okay? So our protein is fish. So I do the fish every day, but fish takes 10 minutes. It's not a big deal, okay? But if you want to do chicken or turkey, highly recommend getting a whole chicken or a whole turkey, throw that in the oven, call it good, okay? You have a week's worth of chicken or turkey done, all right? You can do a whole roast, beef, pork, whatever, a whole one, and then you pop it in the oven, crock pot, whatever you want to do, and it's done. Okay, you have an entire week's worth of protein. You can do the same thing with the meat that you've done with the vegetables and sides. You can prep 2 to 3 different meat options and then store those. And then when it comes time to eat lunch or dinner, pull that option, whatever option you want, and you're good to go. Okay, so you can do the same thing with the protein. All right, and then you just divide it up into your containers and store them. We use glass containers because that way we're not microwaving plastic, because all I do is grab and go. I put it in the lunchbox and I go, okay? And I microwave it in the same thing, okay? So we have glass containers for ours. Plastic is fine, just highly recommend microwaving that on a plate instead of in your plastic storage container. Make your storage container last longer too. But yeah, make it very grab and go, because if the whole point of this is to make it easy and make you less likely to eat out, make it a grab and go, okay? Not to where you have to serve it every time, because if you're running late, you only have a couple minutes to get out the door, and you've got to grab 2 or 3 different storage containers and pour them into separate things. Like, no, make it grab and go, okay? If you're doing options, make a single serving size, get a single serving size container, and put single serving size. I know that's a lot for your Saturday, but that's going to make your weekday go a lot faster when you're just grabbing, putting in the lunchbox, and you're leaving, okay? Now, that's how we do it with like meat and vegetables, and that's how I love to do it. But if you are a fan of soups or stews, that is also a massive benefit, okay? You can prep a soup or a stew, or do both. Do the options, make 2 or 3 different ones, okay? And then store those in a grab-and-go style, all right? I like to use mason jars, okay? Glass mason jar, pour it in there. It's 1 serving, okay? Put the lid on, go take the lid off at work, microwave the glass, however you want to do it, okay? So mason jars make that really, really simple for you, okay? So that's basically it. Plan your meals, all right? Choose hearty, fibrous vegetables. Make it colorful and make sure they're your favorites because you're eating them every day. All right. Prep your options, okay? Whether you want to do the same thing every day or 2 or 3 different options, do that. Get your protein. Make sure it's protein that'll last for a week. Or if you're like me, you like fish, you're going to want to do that every day. And then just divide and store. And that's it, okay? So, you guys, sit down, plan out your week. Decide what you want to do. Go get the groceries on Saturday, and then just cook it all Saturday, and then you don't have to worry about it all week. All right? All right, guys. You have a great week. You enjoy the rest of your day. We love y'all. Bye.